Every step I take, every move I make, every breath I take, every step I make, I feel like it's gonna break. Well, if you can see, it's the Alpha CC. As a ton of layers, I always feel like it's gonna break and shit. So when I speed solve that shit, you just gotta be careful with it. So you just don't move, and you just can't get good times, 'cause this shit's gonna fucking break on you. Just kidding, I get good times. Yo! I gotta practice so I can get better! I gotta learn new algorithms to get faster! We gotta go out and beat Felix them days! What? That shit ain't gonna ever happen anyway! He's only 15, how fast can he be? He got a 5-second record too quick for me! I gotta practice finger tricks with confidence and get one of those cubes that don't lock and stick and pop and shit in competition with a special mechanism, yeah! We're gonna have a lot of fun, 'cause motherfucker gonna be sub 1! For years and years, Type A has made some of the most revolutionary speed cubes on the market. Starting with the A1 back in 2007, the Type A company, otherwise known as Guoja, has made several speed cubes in between. Some of those cubes you will see here. Actually, most of those cubes. However, there are a few missing. Until just recently, they've struggled and struggled to make the most revolutionary cube. Until a man named Chun Chun designed the latest. That cube is the Alpha CC. Yes! So here we go. The time has finally come, and I'm just getting over a cold, so I probably sound like shit. Alright. Fucking Alpha CC, or Type A CC, or Type A Chun Chun. Yeah, so let's check this shit out. Alright! So far, so good. I've gotten a few 13s on it, a couple 14s, and I'm doing quite well with the damn thing. Now, you want to know what the fuck has been up with speed cubes lately? Everything. Pops, lockups, all that kind of shit. Now, let's talk about the CC. What is the major problem with the CC? Does it pop? Get the fuck out of here! Does it lock up? No! I know. Shut up! Go! Is the color recognition bad with the CC stickers? No! Is the core still yellow? Yeah, that's not... All of those things are good questions. But the problem with the CC has nothing to do with any of those. No, the problem with the CC, what is it? The pieces fall apart when you're cubing. Sometimes. Now. If you're light with the cube, that shit ain't gonna happen, alright? But sometimes you'll be cubing and pop, a fucking, that'll happen. You fucking pull the half of the edge off. So, the only thing you can do is glue that shit, alright? Alright. Fucking, no, I didn't glue mine. I glued one because the one kept coming apart. Now, I haven't had many problems with it since then. Maybe the other edges were like, we don't want to be glued, we don't want to be glued. So they were like afraid of being glued, and they got better. But so far, so good. I have, if you haven't seen Drum God 97's video, he has a video explaining how to keep your edges in and explaining what that bag of 1,000,000 little screws is for. If you can see, and I'll just pull this apart. What you do is you put the piece in the edge. You put the thing in the edge, and there's a hole. You stick the little screw into the hole, and it goes down into the edge stalk, this piece. There's another little hole in the edge stalk. It doesn't go all the way through to the bottom or anything. It's just a little, you'll see it. It has a little rim, and you screw the screw down into that little hole. And that keeps this shit in. And so far it's worked pretty well. Now if you screw it too tight, you'll break the little plastic around the hole, which I did to one of them. However, I glued the screw in and it stays in and everything seems to be fine. So far I really love this cube. I was kind of iffy about it at first. I didn't really like it too much when I first got it. I've got crooked screws again. I always have a problem with crooked screws. Now, most people probably don't notice that with their cubes, but I guarantee you 9 out of 10 of you have problems with crooked screws, and you probably just aren't OCD like me, and fucking you don't realize it. Now, another problem with this cube still has to do with pieces. Only not the same fashion. One problem is depending on how loose or tight your tensioning is, and I've got mine pretty freaking tight. I've got it about as tight as a gohan, or maybe a little tighter. One problem is when I get ready to do something or whatever, sometimes my thumb will go inside the corner like that, or my finger will go in the corner in between the pieces. A lot of weird problems like that. Now, it seems really catchy with them hollow spots in the corners. You can't see that. But, other than that, I've got no problems with this cube. I'll do a quick solve. What the fuck? Alright, here we go. Yeah, that was a 15. So basically, this is a pretty damn good cube. Now, I know a lot of you don't like it yet, but give it a chance. You know, tighten it a little more than you probably have it. It works better tight. It might take a little bit to break in. Just go ahead and break it in. Screw the damn edge stalks in. I really recommend you do it. I've tried it without the edge stalks, and I've tried it with the edge stalks, and I've tried it with the edge stalks screwed in. And so far, the edge stalks being screwed in is the best way to go. Without the edge stalks, it was okay, but I had a lot more catching and a lot more popping, and I had a lot more whatchamacallits. Not popping, I had a lot more catching, and I had a lot of stability problems. That's it. Yeah, it just felt like the cube was going to break. The piece is actually more stable with the edge stalk on, because let me just show you. Because without the edge stalk, come on, that's a problem with this. Because the corner is interlocked in the edge. You can't see this shit. This part of the corner interlocks with the edge stalk. So every time you pull out a fucking edge, the corner comes flying out with it. So anyway, the little devil horns, kind of like what the A3 has and the A6, or Hyon's Cube, whatever the fuck you want to call it, has this little piece here. This is more stable with the edge stalk on, because without it, this thing can bend. This plastic is so thin and fragile, it can break with the tip of a fucking finger. Now, with that piece there, it adds nice reinforcement, so when you can't really bend it. It's just gonna fucking push against the stalk. You know, that's one reason why I recommend having it. Another reason is just because the cube is more stable. Like when you're a beginner and you first use a Guhan, that thing feels out of control. And that's kind of what the Alpha CC feels like when you don't have them shits in, out of control. It just feels like the cube's gonna bend and break. And I don't like that feeling with the cube. Now, it's weird because after using this cube for about 150 solves, I went ahead and used my A5, and it felt like complete dog shit. It just kept locking up, and it kept fucking, it just, I don't know, it felt really unstable like it did when I very first ever got an A5. It just felt really unstable. Now, this is so much more stable with the edge stalks. For a while, before I knew how to screw them in, I did have them in without the screws, and I never had a problem with them falling out like everybody else did until I loosened the cube. It was only when I had my cube loose that they kept falling out. Other than that, when I had my cube as tight as it is, they never fell out. I think the only reason I screwed them in was because every time I pulled a fucking piece out, they would come flying off. And that was kind of annoying. So, yeah, I like this cube. I'm liking it more and more every day. I just wish it didn't fucking have crooked screws. Now, yeah, I just really wish it didn't have crooked screws. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, like, screws can be slightly crooked when they're in the core. So your screw can be slightly, instead of straight like this, it can be slightly, just even a little less than a millimeter, up like this or down, whatever, crooked. And so you can feel it in the layers. You can feel the layer being pulled to one side. Like right now, these two layers here and here are being pulled back towards me like this. I want to bend it out, like, but it doesn't do that, of course. I mean, it just feels really horrible. So as you're turning, you can feel that it's smaller on this side. This layer is smaller now because of that. And if you were to turn the screw to tighten or loosen this, no matter what, the crookedness of the screw is going to turn with it. So no matter which way that screw is pointing crookedly, that side is going to be all fucked up. It's going to be all like pointing up, like the layer will be up here or whatever. So when you're doing an algorithm, it feels really weird, like your hands have to follow it. And I might be exaggerating just a little bit, but it is a really weird feeling, and I'm very uncomfortable. And it can make your tensions really deceiving, because on one side, where let's say here's the core, here's the screw, on this side where the screw is closer, the head of the screw is closer to the cube, that side will be really tight. Whatever layer is up here, that will be really tight, and it will it'll not cut corners. This side down here, where the screw's far away and fucking has a lot of room for the layer to spring outward, that side's gonna fucking pop, and it'll cut corners great, but it'll pop, and so it's really loose on that side and really tight on this side. I hate that. And whoever fucking assembled my cube, I really can't stand how they do. I just wish they would stop and let me do it. Stop selling fucking assembled cubes. Fucking sell me DIY kits, or give us a choice. I don't care who the fuck else wants assembled cubes. I want a DIY kit. And if you have to fucking disassemble a cube and give me a brand new fucking core, then do that. I don't care what it takes. Get me a fucking DIY kit. Now, the ACC also has a different core than the usual Type A's. Let me just get my cube solved. The core is still a yellow core. It's gonna be hard to see. But it's like this darker yellow orange core. It's like an orangish core. And it is slightly bigger than the normal Type A cores. Now this is like the skinny cores, not the big fat A1 cores. There's a fat... See, I'm a little pissed off. On Speedcube Shop, I think it is, he's got a picture of the skinny Type A core, but he says A1 core underneath of it. So he's either showing the picture of the wrong core, or he's actually selling A1 cores and just showing the wrong picture, or he thinks that's an A1 core and he's selling it as A1 cores, but he's selling the skinny cores. The skinny cores were not A1 cores. The A1 core is fat. It's not like, I don't mean fat like the ball A5 core. I mean fat like it's just fatter, like a Dion or a Cube for You core. They're all the same size. The A1 core, the Dion core, and the Cube for You core are all the same thickness. They're all the same exact size. The skinny A cores came in the A2, the A3 had an A1 core. A2, A5, no, not the A5. A4, I think, had the skinny core. A5F has the skinny core. A4F had the A5 core. Hyon's Cube had the skinny core. And fucking, this has this weird banana core. I don't know what the fuck it is. Pineapple shit. But, so I don't know if I can trade it out, you know, with another skinny alpha core, because I have one, but I'm saving it for my Jounture. That's on its way too. My Jounture is on its way. Fucking got my Shangshao 5x5 today. Fucking not happy with this at all. Not as happy as I thought I would be because of the fucking reviews I've seen. Convincent and Tall 5001 both have reviews on this, and they make it sound like the best fucking thing in the world, and I'm not happy with it. My V-Cube 5 is much better. Now, that doesn't mean the turning ain't great. Turning's great and all that, but the corner cutting really sucks on this cube, and this one's loose as hell. I mean, I feel like it should be tightened, because I'll get misalignments, and I'll have to fucking sit here and finagle with it, but it doesn't cut corners at all. Like, it sucks while I'm solving it. It just locks up. And guess what? The fucking screws are crooked. I can feel it. Screws are fucking crooked. The blue side is all fucking tight. And the green side's all fucking... Anyway, that's a review for another time. So, ACC, get one now, bitch!
This motherfucker gonna